Story Corner, presented by Jennifer. Warriors, Book 1, Into the Wild, Chapter 13. Okay, for those of you who have not yet seen the first few videos for Into the Wild, I suggest you go view those now, as this is a continuation of that story. Firepaw reached the edge of the ravine and looked down at the camp. He was panting and his paws were slippery with dew. He sniffed the air. He was alone. There was still time to speak to Yellowfang before the others returned from the gathering. Silently, he jumped down the rocky slope and slipped through the grouse tunnel, unnoticed. The camp was still and quiet, apart from the muted snuffles of sleeping cats. Firepaw quickly crept around the edge of the clearing to Yellowfang's nest. The old medicine cat was curled up on top of her mossy bedding. "Yellowfang," he hissed urgently. "Yellowfang, wake up, it's important." The two orange eyes opened and glinted in the moonlight. "I was sleeping," meowed Yellowfang quietly. She sounded calm and alert. "You came straight from the gathering to me? That must mean you've heard." She blinked slowly and looked away. "So, Broken Star kept his promise." "What promise?" Firepaw felt very confused. Yellowfang seemed to know more than he did about what was going on. "ShadowClan's noble leader promised to drive me from every clan territory," Yellowfang replied dryly. "What did he say about me?" "He warned us that our kits are in danger as long as we shelter the ShadowClan rogue. He didn't say your name, but ThunderClan guessed who he was talking about. You must leave before the others get back. You are in danger." "You mean they believe Broken Star?" Yellowfang flattened her ears and swished her tail angrily. "Yes," Firepaw meowed urgently. "Darkstripe says you're dangerous. The other cats are scared of what you might do. Tigerpaw is planning to come back and... I don't know. I think you should go before they get here." In the distance, Firepaw could hear the yowls of angry cats. Yellowfang struggled stiffly to her paws. Firepaw gave her a nudge to help her up, his mind still spinning with questions. What did Broken Star mean when he warned us to keep a close eye on our kits? He couldn't stop himself from asking. "Would you really do something like that?" "Would I what?" "Would you harm our kits?" Yellowfang flared her nostrils and looked steadily at him. "Do you think so?" Firepaw met her gaze without flinching. "No, I don't believe you would ever harm a kit. But why would Broken Star say such a thing?" The noise of cats was coming nearer, and with it the scent of aggression and anger. Yellowfang looked widely from side to side. Go, Firepaw urged. Her safety was more important than his curiosity. But Yellowfang remained where she was and stared at him. A calm look suddenly came into her wide eyes. Firepaw, you believe I'm innocent, and I'm grateful for that. If you believe me, then others might, and I know Blue Star will give me a fair hearing. I can't run forever. I'm too old. I shall stay here and face whatever your clan decides for me. She sighed and sank down onto her bony haunches. But what about Tiger Claw? If he is headstrong, and he knows the power he has over the other clan cats. They are in awe of him, but even he will obey Blue Star. Rustling in the undergrowth beyond the camp boundaries told Firepaw the cats were almost at the entrance. Go away, Firepaw, hissed Yellowfang, baring her blackened teeth at him. Don't make trouble for yourself by being seen with me now. There's nothing you can do for me. Have faith in your leader, and let her decide what happens to me. Firepaw realized Yellowfang had made up her mind. He touched his nose to her patchy fur, then crept silently away into the shadows to watch. Through the gross tunnel came the cats. Blue Star first, accompanied by Lionheart. Frostfur and Willowpelt were right behind them. Frostfur raced away from the troop immediately and ran towards the nursery, the fur on her tail bristling in alarm. Tiger Claw and Darkstripe strode in to the clearing, shoulder to shoulder, looking grim. The others followed behind, with Ravenpaw and Greypaw at the rear. As soon as he saw his friends, Firepaw trotted out to join them. You went to warn Yellowfang, didn't you? Whispered Greypaw when Firepaw reached his side. Yes, I did, Firepaw admitted, but she won't leave. She trusts Blue Star to treat her fairly. Did anyone miss me? Only us, replied Ravenpaw. Around the camp, the cats who had stayed behind began to wake up. They must have scented the aggression and heard the tension in the voices of the returning cats, for they all came running into the clearing, their tails held high. What has happened? called a tabby warrior named Running Wind. Broken Star has demanded hunting rights for ShadowClan in our territory, replied Longtail loudly enough for all the cats to hear. And he warned us about a rogue who will harm our kits, added Willowpaw. It must be Yellowfang. Meows of anger and distress rose from the crowd. Silence, ordered Blue Star, leaping onto the high rock. Instinctively, the cat settled in front of her. A loud screech made every cat turn its head towards the fallen tree where the elders slept. Tiger Claw and Darkstripe were dragging Yellowfang roughly from her nest. She shrieked furiously as they hauled her into the clearing and dumped her in front of the high rock. Firepaw felt every muscle in his body tense. Without thinking, he dropped into a low crouch, ready to spring at Yellowfang's persecutors. Wait, Firepaw, growled Greypaw in his ears. Let Blue Star deal with this. What is going on? Demanded Blue Star, jumping down from the high rock and glaring at her warriors. I gave no orders to attack our prisoner. Tiger Claw and Greystripe instantly let go of Yellowfang, who crouched in the dust, hissing and spitting. Frostfur appeared from the nursery and pushed her way through the front of the clan. We got back in time, she meowed with a gasp. The kids are safe. Of course they are, snapped Blue Star. Frostfur seemed taken aback. But you are going to throw Yellowfang out, aren't you? She meowed, her blue eyes wide. Throw her out, spat Darkstripe, unleashing his claws. We should kill her now. Blue Star fixed her piercing blue eyes on Darkstripe's angry face. And what has she done? She asked with icy calm. Firepaw held his breath. You were at the gathering. Broken Star said Darkstripe began. Broken Star only said there was a rogue somewhere in the woods, meowed Blue Star, her voice menacingly quiet. He did not mention Yellowfang by name. The kids are safe. For as long as she is in my clan, Yellowfang will not be harmed in any way. Blue Star's words were met with silence, and Firepaw heaved a sigh of relief. Yellowfang looked up at Blue Star and narrowed her eyes respectfully. I'll leave now if you wish, Blue Star. There is no need, Blue Star replied. You have done nothing wrong. You will be safe here. The ThunderClan leader lifted her gaze to the crowd of cats that surrounded Yellowfang and meowed. It is time we discussed the real threat to our clan, Broken Star. We have already begun to prepare for an attack by ShadowClan. Blue Star began. We'll carry on with those preparations and patrol our borders more frequently. WindClan has gone. RiverClan has given hunting rights to ShadowClan warriors. ThunderClan stands alone against Broken Star. A murmur of defiance rippled through the cats, and Firepaw felt his fur prickle with anticipation. Then we're not going to agree to Broken Star's demands? Meowed Tigerclaw. Clans have never shared hunting rights before, Blue Star answered. They have always managed to support themselves in their own territories. There is no reason why this should change. Tigerclaw nodded approvingly. But can we defend ourselves against a ShadowClan attack? Asked Small Ear's tremulous voice. WindClan didn't manage it. RiverClan won't even try. Blue Star met his old eyes with her steady gaze. We must try. We will not give up our territory without a fight. All around the clearing, Firepaw saw the cats nodding in agreement. I shall travel to the Moonstone tomorrow, Blue Star announced. The warriors of StarClan will give me the strength I need to lead ThunderClan through this dark time. You must all get some rest. We have a lot to do when daylight comes. I wish to talk to Lionheart now. Without another word, she turned and strode towards her den. Firepaw noticed the look of wonder that entered the eyes of some of the cats when Blue Star had mentioned the Moonstone. Now the clan cats hurried together in groups, meowing in hushed voices full of excitement. What's the Moonstone? Firepaw asked Greypaw. It's a rock deep underground that shines in the dark, whispered Greypaw. His voice was hoarse with awe. All clan leaders have to spend one night at the Moonstone when they are first chosen. There, the spirits of StarClan share with them. Share what with them? Greypaw frowned. I don't know, he admitted. I know only that the new leaders have to sleep near the stone, and as they sleep, they have special dreams. After that, they have the gift of 9 lives and take the name Star. Firepaw watched Yellowfang limp back to her shadowy nest. It looked like Tigerclaw's rough treatment had aggravated her old injury. As he trotted back to the apprentice den, Firepaw decided to ask Spotted Leaf for more poppy seeds in the morning. So what happened? Meowed Dustpaw eagerly, popping his head out of the den. He seemed to have forgotten how much he resented the new apprentice in his eagerness to hear about the gathering. It's like Longtail said. Broken Star demanded hunting rights. Greypaw began. Sandpaw and Dustpaw sat and listened, but Firepaw was watching the camp. He could see the silhouettes of Blue Star and Lionheart sitting close together outside her den, talking urgently. Then he noticed the small shape of Ravenpaw at the entrance to the warrior's den. Tigerclaw stood beside him. Firepaw saw Ravenpaw's ears flatten as the young cat flinched away from Tigerclaw's fierce words. The dark warrior loomed over him, twice his size, his eyes and teeth flashing in the moonlight. What was he saying to Ravenpaw? Firepaw was just about to creep nearer and listen when Ravenpaw backed away, turned, and ran across the clearing. Firepaw greeted Ravenpaw as he reached the apprentice's den, but Ravenpaw hardly seemed to notice him. Instead, he pushed his way inside the den without a word. Firepaw got up to follow him when he saw Lionheart approach. "Well?" meowed the ThunderClan deputy, striding up to the apprentices. It seems that Firepaw, Greypaw, and Ravenpaw are about to reach another important stage of their training. "What's that?" meowed Greypaw, looking excited. "Bluestar wishes you three to accompany her on her journey to the Moonstone." Lionheart did not miss the look of disappointment in the faces of Dustpaw and Sandpaw, because he added, "Don't worry, you two. You'll make the journey soon enough. For now, ThunderClan needs your strength and skill at the camp. I will remain here also." Firepaw looked past Lionheart to his leader. She was moving from one group of warriors to another, meowing instructions to each. Why had she chosen him for this journey, he wondered. "She wants you to rest now," Lionheart continued. "But first, go to Spotted Leaf and collect the herbs you will need on this expedition. It's a long way. You'll need something to give you strength and quell your appetite. There'll be little time for catching prey." Greypaw nodded, and Firepaw dragged his gaze away from Bluestar to nod too. "Where is Ravenpaw?" asked Lionheart. "He's in the den already," replied Firepaw. "Good. Leave him to sleep. You can fetch herbs for him," meowed Lionheart. "Rest well. You will leave at dawn." He flicked his tail and walked back to Bluestar's den. "Well then," mewed Sandpaw, "you'd better go and see Spotted Leaf." Firepaw listened for sourness in her voice, but there was none. There was no time for jealousy now. All the cats in the clan seemed to be united against the threat from ShadowClan. Firepaw and Greypaw walked quickly towards Spotted Leaf's den. The fern tunnel was dark. Not even the full moon penetrated its thick covering. Spotted Leaf seemed to be expecting them as they emerged into her moonlit clearing. "You've come for some traveling herbs," she meowed. "Yes, please," Firepaw answered. "And I think Yellowfang may need more poppy seeds. She seemed to be feeling her wounds." "I will take her some after you've gone. And your traveling herbs are ready." Spotted Leaf indicated to a pile of carefully made leaf wrappings. "Enough for the three of you. The dark green herbs will stop your hunger pains during the journey. The others will give you strength. Eat them both just before you leave. They are not as good as fresh prey, but the taste won't last long." "Thank you, Spotted Leaf," mewed Firepaw. He leaned down and picked up one of the parcels. As he bent his head, Spotted Leaf stretched out over and gently rubbed his cheek with her nose. Firepaw breathed in her sweet, warm scent and purred his thanks. Greypaw picked up the other two, and the friends turned and headed back through the tunnel. "Good luck," Spotted Leaf called after them. "Travel safely." They arrived at the entrance to their den and dropped the bundles. "Well, I hope these herbs don't taste too revolting," muttered Greypaw. "It might be a long way to the Moonstone. We've never been given herbs before. Do you know where it is?" Firepaw asked. "Beyond the clan territories, at a place called Highstone. It lies deep underground in a cave called Mother Mouth." "Have you ever been there before?" Firepaw was impressed that Greypaw knew so much about this mysterious place. "No, but all apprentices have to make the journey there before they become warriors." The thought of becoming a warrior made Firepaw's eyes gleam with excitement. He couldn't help standing a little taller. Don't get your hopes up. We still have to finish our training, Greypaw warned, as if reading his thoughts. Firepaw looked up through the canopy of leaves at the stars glittering in the black sky above. Moon high had passed. We should get some sleep, he meowed. But he couldn't imagine being able to sleep with the thought of tomorrow's adventure spinning through his mind. Attending the gathering, a journey to the Moonstone. How far away his kitty pet life seemed now.